Hello and welcome back to Wolf and Friends Gaming. Pretty shortly I'll be introducing a new segment on the channel, which my friend, or the one that's been doing all the top 5s, will be in charge of that one. So he'll finally get a part in this. But yeah, I am playing Sakura Fantasy, Chapter 1, actually. This has been on Same Greenlight alongside Winged Cloud's other game, Sakura Beach, which I'm also looking forward to. But yeah, I am going to be doing a playthrough of this. So I've actually played this 2 times, and it took me a while to figure out who I actually was. So let's get this started. Raylan, are you there? Are you going to wake up now? I wake to someone shaking me like a rag doll. Raylan, wake up! Kira's coming. As I come to, I find it's Gwen shaking me senseless. I also think like all the characters are female. Get your armor on, she'll be here any minute. Panicking, I quickly begin to strap on my plates. The other novices are panicking too, the clinking of armor being hastily thrown and echoing through the barracks bedroom. You can probably hear them putting their armor on. Let's risking it fully dressed. It'd be better to take my time and get my armor on properly. Thankfully, I managed to get my armor on just before I hear heavy footsteps coming down the hall. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm this character, knowing that she's the one talking and then Kira will enter. Gwen makes sure she returns to her bunk looking as disciplined as she can. I also try to look my best to look battle ready. I'm just in time to see Kira, our instructor, march through the door. As always, she looks powerful and domineering. Every novice in the room completely freezes. I also might need to put some blocking over some of these characters, just in case. With predatory eyes, Kira begins to inspect us. Merely feeling them pass over you is enough to send a shiver down your spine. So obviously you don't want to meet her in real life. Like Urza Scarlet, in a way, from Fairy Tail. Also, I've been watching too much anime. She doesn't really scare me as much as she does the other novices, though. Sorry. Couldn't breathe for a while. Glad to see you're all ready. Glad to see we're all ready, for the most part, anyway. As I was walking up here, I heard a lot of clanking happening, almost as if someone was rushing to put their armor on. One novice lets out a small wince at those words. There's no hiding anything from her. She knows when you haven't woken up on time. I wonder what our resident Farseer has been doing today. Why does everyone presume the worst of me because of my gift? I have not used my gift. I will use my gift as I please. Kira's the person you don't want to piss off. But I'm going to piss her off. I will use my gift as I please. Is that so? The contempt in her voice cuts like a razor. We're all up at least, so let's begin our mornings as we always do. Collect your weapons and proceed to the courtyard immediately. I better not catch you daydreaming today, Raylan. She always singles me out every morning. I'm just gonna fingers like that. Why does she get so upset that I do a bit of farseeing every now and then? By the way, you've got your shin guards on the wrong way around. I'd better not see that next morning too. As I look down slowly, I see that she's right about my shin guards. Even though I can't. Ah, darn it, stupid software updater. Embarrassed to take them off and begin to rearrange them into proper place. Sorry, cover that up. When Kira is finally out of the room, Gwen approaches me. You should not sleep in late. Whenever I break a rule, Gwen is the first one to scold me. She's so ridiculously well disciplined, it's annoying. You look like you were farseeing. It's the same strange look. I can't farsee in my sleep, though. It requires too much concentration. That's what you were doing, however. Either way, it doesn't matter. Be grateful you woke up in time. Because of me, the instructor does not tolerate excuses. And neither do I. We both know what she thinks of your gift, too. Why does everyone call attention to my gift? Everyone has a gift, so what's the problem? It is different, Raylan. Even here, we like privacy. What about you, then? Do you ever get worried that I could be watching you at any given moment? She can't help but let out a laugh at that. You're my friend. I trust you not to. Of course, friends respect each other. Clearly. But I love to see you naked. I can't help but say it under my breath. What did you just say, Raylan? Nothing? Nothing at all? I'm pretty sure you said something. That isn't the point. Kira doesn't like to be watched. Or the idea of being watched. What makes you say that? You've been here long enough to see her paranoia. Ah, darn, I got them character mixed up. It's true, she seems to always be looking over her shoulder. I guess it's just normal behavior for her though. Where do I spell behavior? Unless I'm just going crazy. Which is probably also happening. I will not talk of you farting in your sleep. She is paranoid enough already. I appreciate it, Gwen. Friends look after each other, Raylan. Excuse me now, I will not be training because of my blonde hair and obviously good looks. More paperwork to do. I will see you later, Raylan. Until next time, Gwen, who I love to see naked. H. Garrison needs a bookkeeper, someone to keep track of records, supplies, and other essentials needed for maintaining proper function. And I'm at 6 minutes. That's where Gwen comes in. She comes from a more scholarly background compared to the other novices, so she's being trained in other duties too. She just happens to be Kira's favorite since she's willing to deal with paper. And what time is it? It's 6:16. Okay. Kira hates paper. Anyway, I better get to training before Kira decides that I'm on cleaning duty. And hero status is playing Counter-Strike GO, which I have. Dot 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 dot. A lot more dots ever since Voice from the Sea. It's another bright and scorching day. I can just tell that we're going to be working hard, and we'll have this battle-ready music playing. Kira especially likes working us to the bone during summer. Sounds like my tennis teacher. I can understand the logic behind it, but I can say that I enjoy days like these. Kira couldn't look happier about it, though. Look alive, novices. It is a beautiful day for training. There's nothing like working up a sweat underneath a blazing sun. No one dares to complain at the idea. Just like my tennis. Not even one grown-up complaint. Your distance is getting much better, my novices. I am really like Urza Scarlet right now. Now then, you better get to work. If I'm not seeing sweat by the end of this exercise, you're going to be training until dusk. There's no doubt you'll see it. We're training in full armor today. We'll practically be cooked alive. I don't understand how this is armor at all. You can easily die in this light armor. Even her. There's no escaping it. We just grit our teeth and bear with it. Just like tennis, apparently. Kira does not believe in mercy when it comes to training. As she wanders off, I try to focus on my training. Let's keep pissing her off, because I would just love to do this. Let my mind wander off. Try to focus on the task at hand. My mind wanders off. Ah, darn, I misread that again. I wish our garrisoned right at the entrance of the capital, so I could dispatch the foul things at our gates. At least we're close to the castle. At least I can see the Empress's palace from here, so we're probably like 10 miles away, I think. Back in my homeland, the most impressive building was the communal hall. You could fit 1,000 communal halls into that castle, maybe tens of thousands. 8 minutes. Ardina, our proud empress, rules from that castle too. Ardina, the name which so many people sing praise of in this capital. I've tried to do some farseeing in that place before, but I'm never able to form a clear vision of what's inside there. Something about the castle stops me from being able to farsee. Well, I've got two theories for that. One, it's magic, because the castle has like a magical barrier, obviously. Or maybe you have to be inside the area to know what it looks like, or to get some idea of it. Maybe the councilmen don't like others prying into their affairs. Better get back to training before Kira calls me out on daydreaming. Fortunately, her attention is focused elsewhere. You there, novice! Yes, instructor? Show me your striking. Novice gives it her best shot on the training dummy, creating an audible thud. Not bad, you'll need to work on it. Yes, instructor. Even behind the novice, Kira begins to look out for more people to chastise, or talk down to. Fortunately, I get back to striking my target before she looks at me. I do get tired of striking these wooden dolls every day. I wish we had a more dynamic opponent to fight, rather than one that just sits there and just takes your hits. Yeah, they really need to get some better dummies, or at least spar. Yeah, I've got the mucus in my mouth, something. But again, we're novices. We won't get to see actual combat for years. As I strike the dummy on the shoulder, a thunderous yell is directed at me. Raylan, do you call that striking? Put more strength into it. Why am I doing that? Like, weird noise there. Probably not tennis. The things out there will be merciless. You must not hesitate to fight with every last bit of your strength. Ah. Man, I'm like... oh well. I wish they would show me these creatures instead of merely lecturing me on how dangerous they are. Every single time that it is the same rant as before. But I just have to do my best to bear with it. For the sake of my homeland and my mother, wherever she may be right now. Switching hands, I take my wooden mace and slam it into the dummy's head. Much to my delight, I hear the sound of cracking wood as the blow sinks into its head. How about that, instructor? Now that is much more like it, Raylan. When you eventually get to the wall, I want to see you crack some skulls just like that. Come on now, you can tell me you can't tell me you only have one good strike in you. Show me another strike. Yeah, my ST sound is being really weird right now. I let loose with another attack, this time aiming for this dummy's shoulder. Which is a smart tactic, actually. To my disappointment, it does nothing to the dummy, probably because you're striking at a tough area. That wasn't what I was hoping for. Oh well, that's why you're training. You're going to need more than one good hit in a fight. So keep on practicing your striking. We'll make a fine warrior out of you yet. If we can curb your farseeing habit, even better. My instructor fully knows what I tend to get up into in my spare time. Having the gift of farseeing makes everyone suspicious of you. It's not fair. It's not my fault that I enjoy seeing people in intimate moments. Stop accusing me of things I may or may not have done. So you're admitting that you may have been peeking somewhere you weren't meant to. Again! Looks like she caught me out there. I really need to shut my mouth. Yeah, it's just hanging right there. It sounds like you're wanting to push the boulder today. She always threatens us with the boulder, but I've yet to see anyone actually do it. From what I've heard, the boulder is the worst punishment you can get. An officer who's punished in this way has to push a boulder up and down a hill for the entire day. Oh my gosh. Just getting up the hill is the part that scares me more. It's so infamous among the Knights of the Capital that pushing the boulder has become a phrase for saying severe punishment. But I'm not worried at all. She always threatens it, but it never seems to actually happen. Stop staring with that look on your face. Do you really think I won't do it? I don't think she would, but it'd be a good idea to get back to training anyway. I return to striking at the wooden dummy, which causes Kara to smile in approval, because she's just looking over my shoulder. That's more like it. More strength. The harder you hit it now, the stronger it will become later. She turns her back to me to speak to the other novices. Each and every one of you is important, so you must do your best to train, to become strong. Some of you have lost your homes before you came here. You should know what it is like to be helpless before an enemy. So you would understand why you must become strong. Now I'm getting memories of Attack on Titan with this. To protect those you love, to protect the land you love, and most importantly, to protect the empire you love and all the anime it creates. Transition, and I'm at 13 minutes. The sun reaches its zenith by the time we finish our strike training. I'm practically dying for a drink right now, anything to wet my parched throat. Despite our suffering, Kira seems to be aglow with pride, probably because she hasn't done anything today other than look at us. Good work today, novices. I don't think I saw a single one of you who wasn't sweating. Since you've done so well, I'm allowing you to take the rest of the day off. Just remember not to do anything stupid. I think everyone's too afraid of Kira to risk her wrath. Except for me, because I have Farsi. No other garrison in the city has a more domineering instructor than her. As such, this one in particular is known for being one of the most shining examples of discipline. Before I leave, Kira flashes a terrifying look at me. It's obvious that she's telling me she doesn't want me to do any farseeing. Well, that's not going to stop me at all. I don't even know what else there is to do with my spare time, though, so I'm just going to farsee. We rarely get any time off to go outside the barracks. This is my life now, day after day, training in the same courtyard, waiting to eventually become a knight, farseeing in my free time, and my gosh, my fan is like super hot. I'm trying to put my hand in front of it to like minimize the. Yeah. Sorry guys, you might hear the fan in the background. I never get any time to myself. It didn't used to be this way, but things changed, as they always do. The world has become a very dark place in the last century. As bleak as it looks now, none of us are willing to give up, especially not now. As I leave, the novice from before quickly passes by me. Let's say something to her. Hey, you did well today. Thank you. Just please don't spy on me when you're farseeing. Now she's accusing me of spying on her too. She's not even that attractive. You know I don't actually do that, right? Of course you'd say that. Only person who's guilty would do that. Don't you think it's a bit unfair to make presumptions like that? No, not really. Especially when it's you. She doesn't seem interested in conversation. I don't even bother to say anything more as she walks off. I just have to work out what I'm going to do with my free time now. Probably Farsi. Farsi on Facebook, on Twitter. Just Farsi every day. Farsi every day. After the training session, it occurs to me that I should apologize to Kira. Oh my gosh. Gwen is right about her being paranoid. So the best thing I can do for her is put her at ease. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop though. There's too many secrets I must know about. Oh god, no. Yeah, I knock on her door loudly. Kira, are you there? Are you here? I need to speak with you. Okay, I'm going to have to do some major code about this scene, because I've done it both times I've played it, and it is just very, very lewd. So prepare for me to cover it up with like giant blue circles or something. So they begin to open up the door. Kira, Yep, gotta cover that up. I've definitely gotta cover this up. As I walk in, Kira stares at me indignantly. She cleans to her chest, a last-ditch attempt at retaining her modesty. She's removed other parts of her armor too, leaving her largely exposed. Her hands barely cover it though, her chest practically spills around them. Yeah, which is weird. Anime, why are you like this? I almost lose my composure as I feel my cheeks burning. My face is bright red too. She's embarrassed, but doing her best to conceal it. Unlike me. I rack my mind, trying to think of something to say. Sorry, I didn't know you were getting dressed. She shakes her head at me. The motion causes her chest to quake slightly. Yeah, I've got mucus in my upper mouth. First of all, Raylan, only a poor soldier comes up with excuses for their shortcomings. Second of all, don't barge into somewhere just because they don't answer the door. She's handling this a lot better than I thought she would. She crosses her arms in front of her, unintentionally squeezing her chest. You still don't have any manners at all. You think you would have learned some by now. But isn't apologizing having good manners? She goes at me then, obviously not amused. That's only one part of having good manners. It's the other part you should be thinking about. She can't help but sigh. What am I going to do with you? I am so sorry, really. Please don't punish me. Oh, I'm going to give you the boulder. I don't like the idea of having to push the boulder today. I'm tired enough already. I'm afraid I can't do that. You have to push the boulder. Mark my words, novice, you are going to be disciplined for this. With the boulder. You're going to have to learn to respect the privacies of others. She walks toward me awkwardly, trying her best not to let her hand slip. She stops when she's standing right in front of me. But I'm up this close to her, I can't help but notice the abundance of certain things. I look away from it, but it's right up in my face. Are you looking at something, Raylan? Oh no, she noticed that. Nothing at all, instructor. She shakes her head again. Shifting her arm, she manages to conceal her chest with one arm, and use the other arm to push me out of the office. I'm afraid that you'll have to come back later, so I can give you the boulder. We can talk about your punishment at another time, like the boulder. For now, please just get out. Just go to the boulder. My afternoon passed me by in a blur. When every day is the same as the last, it becomes hard to keep track of time. Yeah, I'll give you that. The day just seems to spill into each other. You never notice where one ends and another begins. It's only because of the cycle of the sun and the moon that I keep my bearings. So what time is it? It's 6:30. Maybe it's time to do some farseeing. Yep, farsea every day. I'm thinking about it. It doesn't really matter. If I do what Kira does, it does Kira and then it goes to Gwen. If it does Gwen, it's just Gwen. So let's just do Kira first. Okay. I'd probably be proving her right by doing this, but I really wonder why she's so paranoid about me. Just what is she up to in her private quarters? As I focus and allow my mind to drift, an image quickly forms in my head. I see a perplexed-looking Kira still in full armor after I broke into her office. She's in the training grounds, of all places. She appears to be mumbling something to herself too. Lousy farseer, boulder training. Though it sounds like it's echoing and her words are slightly slurred. I managed to make out what she's saying. Why are there so many S sounds in this game? I wonder if acting hard is really the best way to train them. The monsters they have to face are merciless, yes. But does that mean that they should give up their own mercy too? She's smiling? Looks like she's smiling. I can't tell. My laptop is in a very terrible state. I think she's smiling. Would they become like those monsters? Okay, yeah, she was smiling. She seems at a loss with herself over these ideas. After what happened before, I don't know. She seems to be looking at something. I can't really tell what. Am I really doing the right thing? Should they be hardened so they can handle the worst when it comes? Or should they allow themselves to feel? I don't know if I should be talking to myself like this either. You never know who could be listening in. Maybe that accursed Raylan with her farseeing. She's probably looking at me right now and laughing. Let's keep watching. As much as I shouldn't be watching, I'm curious as to what she's talking about. Maybe just a little bit longer. I think I'm doing the right thing. It's better they sweat a little bit more than die later. I better go back now. I wonder if that Raylan is farseeing this evening. Uh-oh, looks like she's coming back to check on our sleeping quarters. Time to switch channels. She's coming down the hallway right now, I bet. Quickly I come into bed and pretend to be asleep. It's just in time. Kira strides through the barracks door. She looks around for a moment. I can hear her walking by my bed. Looks like she isn't. Oh well. Kira disappears out the door again. Slowly and carefully I slip back from my bed. For her harsh exterior, Kira seems to be quite lonely. I feel kind of wrong for spying on her, exactly as Gwen described it to me. She's obviously having a private moment. It's not right for me to intrude on it. I think I should see what Gwen is doing now. Yeah, that doesn't really help what you just said about privacy. Gwen doesn't sleep with the rest of the barracks most days. She's often up late running errands around town. Which is, you say I shouldn't pry into them, but then you're gonna pry into Gwen. Part of her job means that she has a lot more freedom than the rest of us do. So I don't know where she could be right now. Focusing on it, I picture my body as a puppet on strings. All I need to do is release the strings and I can wander as a spirit, and that is cool. Gwen, where is Gwen? Eventually an image begins to form in front of my eyes. Oh gosh, this is another scene I have to block out. Ugh. Why is there so much steam? Oh, that's why. My vision clears up a bit more. I have to stop to fully take in the scene in front of me. Yep, I'm definitely going to have to cover this up. A very content-looking and nude Gwen is relaxing in a boiling hot bath. Her delicate body is laid bare for me to see. Though I'm no longer in my body, I know for certain that my face is red right now. She looks absolutely relaxed in there, allowing herself to slip further and further down into the steaming water. Her delicate hands move over every part of her body. She's thoroughly cleaning herself from head to toe. Why is this like porn? This is always the best after a long day. It's so soothing for all of my muscles. I swear, the cramps I get in my hands from having to do so much writing. Yeah, I get that as well. She looks down at her hands as she says, the cramps, I mean. But nothing cures them quite like a hot bath does. Lazily, she stops slouching in the bath, puts her head over its edge, pushing her chest right up against it. And we don't get that. Excuse me, can I get more coal on this fire? It's starting to get a little cold for my liking. She smiles as the steam grows thicker around her. In fact, it's so thick that it begins to obscure my view of her. That's much better. Resettling into her previous position, every move causes her whole body to jiggle. Jiggle physics. I don't think I've ever seen her this happy while she was at the barracks. She's practically purring with delight. There's plenty of work waiting for me, but I should just enjoy this moment while I can. She leans back, allowing her fingertips to drag across her body. She stops at her chest, allowing her hands to clasp them, which is weird, giving her breasts a healthy squeeze. Is she giving herself a breast exam or something? I grow a little bit more every day. As she says that, she smiles to herself. She lets go of her chest, returning to sinking into the steaming water. Flipping over, she exposes her back to the open air. She leans forward onto her chest, allowing her to spill out. A small, content sigh skips from her lips. She lies there for a while before sitting back up. With one limp arm, she reaches over the side of the bath and grabs a book. Why would you read in this area? I don't have any title on its cover, but it's a very ancient-looking tome. She turns page after page with her delicate fingertips. Eventually she gets out, water streaming down her body. She looks thoroughly pleased. That was excellent. I suppose I have to get back soon. She becomes a little sad as she says that. But I'll be back soon. Like tomorrow, after I see Raylan push the boulder. That was unexpected. But I cannot say that I did not enjoy it. Spying on people at this hour doesn't feel right. What hour is it? Does it? It's fine, I do it all the time. No, it's fine. No one ever needs to know. The late hours of the day are when people are their most vulnerable. This is when their darkest thoughts and fears come to the surface too. Oh, just thinking about it. Oh my gosh. Using my gift for such trivial reasons will get me a thorough scolding from Kira, or the boulder. I'm reminded constantly that it's a boon from our Creator. A powerful and precious boon. To misuse it would be disrespectful to not only the people around me, but to the Creator too. I never did believe in that creation nonsense though, because I believe in evolution and Charles Darwin, that we evolved from monkeys, and far-seeing is just mystical ability. Sure, don't have an explanation for why I'm able to see far and distant places all the way from this barracks, but I find it hard to believe that a god, which I've never seen nor heard any evidence of, is the one who is responsible for it, which is why I believe in Charles Darwin, especially after everything that has happened to us. Then again, so little in this world makes sense. I mean, I have magic. I've heard that Empress Ardina is supposed to be thousands of years old, like Grandina from Fairy Tale. For every single one of those years, she has been ruling from that castle. Like the Queen of the X-Seeds from Fairy Tale. She does not have a gift, as far as I know. There are other powers of this world that can be exploited, I think. I can't help but smile when I think of her legends. She's still as beautiful as she was 100 years ago, they've told me. Her legends and tales have been retold throughout our empire for as long as I can remember. My own mother used to read them to me every night before I went to sleep. I had a dream of being a great heroine myself, protecting my loved ones and the vulnerable people of our lands. As nostalgic as I am about those times, there were also times of fear. We never knew when they would raid or where they would attack from. We never knew exactly what exactly would attack us either. I don't ever think we saw the same monsters twice. Each one of them was twisted in a completely different way. What they used to be before the sickness took them is anyone's guess. No one seems to admit that they exist either. They just hide deeper and deeper inside their fortresses and hope the problem will go away. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I, of all people, know that they won't go away. They won't stop until we're all dead, or until we kill them. One day they might get past the walls, like the Titans, and kill everyone. I need to be ready for that day. Everyone needs to be ready for the Colossal Titan. For the moment, the best thing I can do is to prepare is to try and get some sleep. I've been sitting up for long enough thinking to myself. And that will end this episode, I'm pretty sure. Yep, this is a swamp. Dark. Why is it so dark? Oh no, this is the dream. Where am I supposed to be? Well, we'll explore this dream in the next episode, so let me quickly save this. Yep, saved. I think. Let me try this again. Yep, it's saved. So I'd like to thank all of you guys for joining me in my first part of Sakura Fantasy Chapter 1. I will do a complete playthrough of this first chapter to as far as I can get to until Chapter 2 comes out, or until Sakura Beach comes out. I may also do Honey Pop or Huni Pop, however you pronounce it. But I will be seeing all of you guys later.